And if you will permit us now to go back to Mexico City, and we're going to go live to our correspondent Clayton Conn, continuing to follow the murder of a photojournalist there. Clayton, what else can you tell us about that case as it continues to play out there?
Good day, Cody. Well, as of now, we have the official information given yesterday by Mexico City's chief prosecutor, Rodolfo Rios Garza, who said that the 5 victims were all tortured, as you said, and received fatal gunshot wounds to the head, all with a 9mm pistol. Rios Garza said that all the lines of investigation will be examined into the murders, yet caused some backlash in the conference after he said that the prominent photojournalist Ruben Espinoza to the Mexican capital in June looking for work. Espinosa, who worked for the well-known magazine Prosecutor, had been vocal that he came to the Mexican capital from the violent state of Veracruz seeking self-exile after he said he had been repeatedly threatened by Veracruz state authorities after covering activists and protests in that state. Now, Rios Garza also mentioned that the apartment had been ransacked, making it appear to be a robbery, yet rights defenders and fellow journalists doubt that motive.
And Clayton, we were seeing those images of protests, people taking to the streets in reaction to this murder. What are some of the reactions like to his gruesome killing?
Cody, well, actually, right now we are in front of the funeral home where there's a memorial service going on for Ruben Espinoza. It's filled with family members, fellow journalists, and activists, and the feeling has been of sorrow, of pain, a lot of emotion in the room, a lot of emotion here, and a lot of anger. Like you said, there's been a lot of protests. Yesterday there was a protest here in Mexico City that had several hundred people, journalists, family, activists, all demanding justice for the death of Ruben Espinoza, demanding a clear investigation and demanding further investigations for all the journalists that have been killed in this country in recent years.
And we're seeing on the screen now, "It was the stage." That's sort of the slogan that we've also been hearing at the protest, Clayton. And some people have made comparisons with this case with another case in Mexico, the Ayotzinapa students who disappeared. Now, could this become potentially another major political issue in the same way that that case of the Ayotzinapa students did?
Well, the issue has been political for years. Human rights organizations, journalist rights organizations, journalists and activists, again, have been demanding for years, actually, that cases be investigated of the disappearances and assassinations and attacks, violence, threats against journalists in this country. Like we know that one of the victims of the attack of the 5 people who were murdered was also an activist who was very prominent and active in the state of Veracruz, participating in the movement Yo Soy 132, which was a movement against Mexico's current president, Enrique Peña Nieto. And she had actually been attacked in different protests in that state. So we see that there's a lot of reaction, a lot of negative reaction, obviously, to this assassination, and a lot of people are demanding justice. But it's unclear if we'll see the same kind of reaction as we have with the Ayotzinapa case, with the 43 disappeared Ayotzinapa students.
All right, Clayton. Well, we heard most of you there, so thanks for your reporting. Clayton Conn reporting on the death of Ruben Espinoza and 4 other women in the country of Mexico, which is the most dangerous country for journalists.